what you realize is that you're never going to get 100% information of the information that you need. You're going to get inklings of information. You're going to, in our case, we're going to prototype and build things from a spike perspective. It spikes into different areas to say, hey, this could work. And then you're going to look at curves, like where is the world going?
Okay.
And so what we saw, I mean, here's a good example, right? Outside of Shopify, in 2007, a couple of my friends started Extreme Labs after the iPhone came out, right? They saw the iPhone and they were like, this is going to be big. And to be honest, even though I build, lots and lots of mobile now, I didn't see it like they saw it. I had a Windows mobile phone and I was into like computing and mobile, but I never thought it would be like it is now. But they saw it and they were betting on the curve. They saw, hey, if you can, the iPhone, of course, BlackBerry was out and everything else, but what they saw on the iPhone was that Apple somehow managed to put an entire computer, like an operating system, like a full OS into the phone and put it in your pocket. And then from a UX perspective and UI perspective, you're able to navigate through the desktop version of the web. And they were like, this is going to change everything. So they were betting on the curve. So similarly for us, we look at some of these core technologies and we say, where do we think it's going? Where's the world going? Clearly, much of UI and UX was UI engineering front end development was moving towards React, and it was a better way to write UI. And we started seeing mobile moving in a similar direction with a similar engineering stack. And we felt we could make a similar bet to say, you know what, actually, when we have to do something complex and deep and close to the metal, you could probably write that native, but the UI should write React Native. And then we saw prototypes being built, especially on hack days when we have 3 days to build whatever you want. People who had never written a mobile app were writing mobile apps in React Native like in 2 or 3 days. So it was we were betting on the curve that it would just get better. And then one last thing that we do at Shopify, which I haven't seen as much at other companies, is that if we think it's risky, we run directly at it, which means whether it's Ruby or Ruby on Rails, React Native, we don't just keep it at arm's length and say, okay, it's risky, we're going to bet on it, but it's over there in the corner and we'll just stay up to date with it. Instead, we build key relationships. We become core contributors. We go to the standards committee. We run the working group. We I have full-time people working on the open source. Like we go all in. And that allows us to make the bet with eyes wide open, because now every technology has skeletons in the closet, but now we know what they are. We know what the limitations are, and we can either work around them because we know them so well, or we can fix them because we're part of the core team that works on it.